Hello, oh man. Hello everybody, and welcome to a free English conversation class here at Approach International Student Center. My name is Carter. We are coming to you live from Marlborough, Massachusetts. It is a beautiful day, and we have a lot of very interesting things to talk about. Are we still good? Okay, we're having a good time here. To get started today, we have a QR code, and I would love for everybody to take some time to scan the image, and we'll be able to talk to you directly here on Zoom. Are we still good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, awesome. We're having a good time, and we would love to see you guys here with us. Nice. We have Ja. We have Jose. We have Abby, Rosa. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? A few people muted. Ja, Abby. Jose, how are you today, my friend? Are we good? All right. Jose, how are we today?
I'm good, teacher.
Oh, we got two. Awesome. Happy to hear. And and we're having a good time here. With everybody here today, I would like to introduce today's topic, and it's a little bit of an interesting one. I had a lot of fun doing some research to share with everybody some very interesting information. Today, we will be talking about superstitions. Come back over here. All right, incredible. To get started today, we have an image over here on the right from a famous musician whose name is Stevie Wonder. He came out with a very popular song all about the idea behind superstitions. And to get started, a quick definition for what we will be discussing today. A superstition is a belief or practice that is not based in science or reason, but is thought to bring good luck or bad luck. Many different cultures around the world have their own superstitions, especially here in the United States. A quick example up on the board, we have a four-leaf clover, which is a sign of good luck. Now, is there any science behind this idea? Does a four-leaf clover actually provide you good luck? Well, that's for you to decide. At the bottom, we even have a rabbit's foot. Very random, a little bit odd, but it's a sign that is believed to bring good luck. When we talk about a superstition, again, an idea that is not based on science or reason, it's a belief. And if we look in the past, we can learn a lot about the origin or the beginning of a lot of these unique beliefs. So we're talking thousands of years in the past. People created these beliefs as a way to explain things that they could not understand, like illness, weather, or bad luck. It is human nature that if we do not know the answer to something, we try really hard to figure it out, even if it's not rooted in science or fact. Superstitions can provide us with a little bit of peace of mind to remain calm and relaxed, even though we might not fully understand what is happening around us. So, superstitions gave people a sense of control in an uncertain situation. if we talk about the past, I have an image right here. We're looking at the Parthenon, which is a massive structure in Athens, Greece. When we talk about ancient Greece, they have a rich history of mythology, Greek mythology. They had so many different gods to explain why things happened in nature. If it was raining, if there was thunder, if there was an earthquake, they were able to come up with a reason to explain why this happened. And today, we still use superstitions all the time, and some of them are more common than others. So today, I'll be sharing with you some of my favorite superstitions that people in the United States often believe. This first one, it's pretty funny, but the idea, we're talking about knocking on wood. The superstition is that if you say something good, you must knock on wood to avoid jinxing what you said. It's a little bit strange, but an example would be if I say, I never get sick, I would have to then knock on wood to make sure that what I said actually does not come true. It's a little bit of an odd superstition, but a lot of people in the US, they might say this as a joke. So I have a question for everybody here on Zoom, and I'll be very happy to hear everybody's opinions and unique superstitions throughout today's unit. My question to you, do people in your country knock on something for luck or protection, similar to knocking on wood? And I would like to open it up to our Zoom call. I'll get our camera moving. Right over here.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Amina.
Can I share?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to hear.
Thank you. Yes, I know this when you call in work. It's when you say a bad thing. It's for protect. For this thing not be true.
Awesome. And could you please remind everybody here on Zoom, which country are you from?
I am from Algeria.
Chile?
Algeria.
Oh, Algeria. Algeria?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, wow. Very cool. So a little bit similar to the idea behind knocking on wood.
Yes.
Very cool.
It's same in Algeria. Do this.
Cool. Wow. I'm definitely learning something new today. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to share if we have maybe a similar superstition to knocking on wood in our country?
I want to share.
Thank you, Ja. Of course.
Yes, I'm from China. It's very similar. If I talk about bad things, I will give a good talking to this one. Not good. Do you understand?
Okay, so if you say something really good, then or positive, you would make a gesture with your mouth, similar to knocking on wood.
Yeah, it's similar. Your wood.
Wow.
And mouth. Not good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I was able to do a little bit of research, and we will look at a few superstitions from a few different countries around the world, and I was able to find a few, one particularly in China, one in Japan, one in Poland, Today we'll learn a little bit about some other unique superstitions around the world too. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Abibo, would you like to share?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm from Mozambique.
Very cool.
So here in Mozambique, I think that it's the same as United States. When someone is talking bad thing, you note the wood, like it's like to transmit that this thing can't happen. Knock the wood. It's like to wish that this bad thing not happen.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Mozambique. Very similar to the United States. Knocking on wood. I like the word you used, to transmit. That's very good vocabulary. And the idea, almost the exact same to the United States. I did not know that, so I appreciate you sharing. Thank you. Very cool. Rosa, would you like to share?
Hello everyone. Yes, I'm Ruth. I'm from Mozambique too. I would like to subscribe what Adibo was saying. Alright? So we know at the food is to make sure the bad thing doesn't happen. That's it.
I'm a little bit sorry, Rosa. The audio is a little bit unclear. Would you mind?
Okay. I will repeat. Can you hear me properly?
Yep, I can hear you. It's just a little bit unclear, the audio. It's a little bit tough to hear you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me now. Can I speak?
Yes, yep, you can speak.
I was saying that I would like to subscribe what Adibo was saying. And from Mozambique, we knock at the wood when to make sure that bad things doesn't happen.
Oh, you have any? Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I apologize, Rosa. I'm just having a.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'll come back to you, and hopefully I'll be able to hear you a tiny bit better.
Okay.
But thank you. I really appreciate you sharing.
Oh, sorry. I think my mic wasn't on.
Okay. We can go to the next. Okay. In the United States, we have a few superstitions that people might believe a little bit stronger than others. Up here on the board, we have a pretty famous example, and this one is a little bit different. In the United States, we have an unlucky day throughout the year, and there might even be a couple unlucky days, and they would be Friday the 13th. So if the 13th day of the month lands on a Friday, the superstition is that there will be bad luck. And in the United States, they took this idea behind bad luck on Friday the 13th, and they even made a movie about it. It's a scary movie, but it's one that became really popular. So the superstition, the day is considered unlucky. Many Americans avoid major decisions or travel on this day. Now, again, a superstition, there's no fact, logic, science. It's just something that we believe internally. And this one might seem a little bit silly. And some buildings in the United States, some hotels, they don't have a 13th floor because of the superstition, which I think is a little bit strange. The hotel will go from the 12th floor to the 14th. So they just got rid of the number. I think that's pretty strange. So my question to everybody here on Zoom, are there any unlucky days or numbers where you are from? And I would like to talk to everybody over here on Zoom, and I'd be very happy to learn more about your culture and if we have any unlucky numbers or days.
In my country, in China, most Chinese people doesn't like number 4.
Number 4.
About 4, 14, or 14. About 4 number doesn't like. For example, if a salesperson need sell a building, most building doesn't have 4 floor, and if have 4 floor, this cost maybe is cheaper than another floor. So if you want to choose your car's number, most people doesn't want to choose number 4 and on your car. Okay.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. That is awesome. That's really cool information. For myself, I live in the United States and I don't speak another language. I've tried growing up, going to school, but I had a very difficult time learning a language. When I was in high school, I decided to take 2 years to try and learn Mandarin Chinese.
Whoa.
And
It's very difficult.
yes, it was incredibly difficult, but I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I had an awesome teacher as well. And with the number 4, does it mean something similar in Mandarin? Do you know? The sound of the number 4, does it have a meaning that makes it unlucky?
No, just number 4. This just number. This one, not about sound. Just this number. Most people doesn't like.
Okay. Oh, very cool. Thank you for sharing. Jose.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
I speak about I'm from Dominican Republic. In my country, people believe in that the Fridays is a bad day, or I don't know. That people it has a superstition too about this number. So, but not all the people. In general, the people maybe can believe in that superstition, in this superstition. So, but many people in my country believe in that. It's the same that in the United States that is a like unlucky date, or the number is bad.
Cool. Thank you for sharing. So Friday the 13th, a very random date, but we have given a meaning to it that is totally unique. And even in the Dominican Republic, we see very similar ideas being spread around. Thank you very much for sharing. I did not know that. Awesome. We got one more. Yogesh, would you like to share?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I want to share in India we have so many superstitions based on days, like you don't cut your nails in the night. Also we don't do shave or we don't cut hair on Tuesday and Thursday because cutting hair on Tuesday or Thursday or shaving is like you attract something bad for your future and you shouldn't do that. Also, on Tuesdays, people believe in India that you should not eat meat like chicken or not anything non-veg. So these are two or three superstitions believed in India.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, it would be
Yeah.
a bad, maybe bad omen or bad luck to cut our nails and to shave. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Where'd he go? Yogesh, I appreciate it. I'm sure we'll come back to you too, coming right up. So we have a few superstitions to go through. And I have a little bit of a fun fact, maybe. The movie Friday the 13th, it is a very popular, scary movie, at least in the United States. And this mask that we can see in the movie, it is actually a very old hockey goalie mask. Hockey is a very popular sport in the United States, Canada, Eastern Europe, and here in Massachusetts, in the United States, we have a great hockey team, and they are called the Boston Bruins. When we look at this sport, it is played on ice, and similar to soccer, football, there is a goalie or a goaltender. In the past, their mask and equipment was not very good. If we look at a goalie today, their equipment has gotten a lot better. So we can look at the mask changing a little bit. And I just wanted to let you guys know because over here with Friday the 13th, we might have no idea what this image over here is. Okay. I was able to do a little bit of research and look around to some different countries as well. And something unique that I found was that in Japan, the number 4 is also a sign of bad luck, to the point where buildings and hospitals, they might not even have the option to go to the 4th floor. And I think that's pretty unique and a very similar superstition to the United States with the number 13. And I was able to do more research and discover some really cool things. Over in China, the number 8, the word for 8, it sounds like wealth and prosperity. Now, I would definitely like to talk to some of you guys on Zoom, right over here. And maybe I'm looking at Ja, if she could possibly
Yeah.
help us out and maybe talk a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Number 8 is very lucky for Chinese people because 8 sounds very similar rich. Yeah, so most people love this number. And I remember you told me why Chinese doesn't like number 4. Yes, it's very number 4 sounds is very similar. Chinese died, very similar. So most people doesn't like. And number 8 is very lucky because it's very similar. Have a lot of money. Sounds.
Yeah, we love a lot of money.
Yeah.
That'll make people happy. Very cool. Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate that.
Okay.
In the United States, we have a lucky number 7. Similar to the number 8 with China, the number 7 in the U.S., it has a long history of being just a very lucky number. So it's interesting. In the U.S., we look at the number 13 as unlucky and the number 7 as very lucky. And again, with a superstition, there is no science, there's no fact. It's just a belief that is accepted by a lot of people. So I think that's pretty cool. Awesome. This one, it might seem a little bit silly, but in the United States, it is considered very, very unlucky if you open an umbrella inside. And an umbrella right over here to protect you from the rain. So the superstition says if you open an umbrella inside, doing this brings bad luck and could curse the house. The origin of this story, so how did this idea ever begin? It may have come from the idea that it offends spirits or disrupts the balance of a room. Pretty cool. So my question to everybody here on Zoom, what actions are considered disrespectful or unlucky indoors in your country? And Yogesh, he shared a great fact about the idea of on Tuesday and Thursday, it might be considered unlucky to shave or cut your nails. That is exactly the type of thing that we'll be looking for. So we'll come back over here to Zoom, and I'm very curious if there are any superstitions similar to opening an umbrella inside that we would like to share. Caesar.
Yes, teacher. In Brazil, we used to say that you maybe have a bad luck to walk under a ladder.
Very cool. It's a very similar superstition here in the United States too. Do not walk under a ladder. And Caesar, do you know why that might be considered unlucky?
I don't have any idea, but I don't believe in this. But I avoid to walk.
That's funny. I'm with you. I agree.
Yes, and the thing is when you see how can I say, a black cat
Yep.
cross your path.
Yes, we will be talking actually about walking under a ladder and black cats a little bit later on. You are exactly right. These superstitions are also very popular many places around the world. And like you said, which was kind of funny, you said, I don't believe it, but also I'm not going to walk under a ladder, just in case. And I think that's pretty funny. And I agree. I have the same ideas. Thank you for sharing. Very cool. Abibo, would you like to share, please?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. So I would like to share some superstition here. It's about not whistling at night. So whistling at night, it's meant to attract the spirit of snake.
Very interesting.
No.
So whistling.
Yeah. Whistling, yes, whistling at night.
Cool.
Don't whistle at night. If you whistling at night, you will attract the spirit of snake.
Well, lucky for me, I am not good at whistling. Um, I wish I was a little bit better. But what we're saying
I
here,
want to add in India we also have this superstitious. If you whistle, you will attract rats. Like if you whistle, the rat will enter in your house.
oh,
So
very
you
interesting.
will after that. So you should not whistle.
Oh, very cool. Whistling. There are apparently a lot of superstitions that tell you, maybe nighttime is not a good time to whistle. Attracting snakes, rats, you definitely don't want them to come to your home at nighttime. That's very cool. I didn't know that. I appreciate you sharing. That's awesome. Very cool. Amina, would you like to share?
Yes, I want to share about the opinion of open umbrella at home. In Algeria, it's the same opinion because when you open the umbrella at home, it's the best thing. Maybe it will be uh, curly family or thing. Maybe I think will be at home. Curly thing at home with the family.
Oh,
Maybe with the yes.
oh, very cool. We're back to opening up the umbrella inside. That is a very cool superstition too. And a lot of different cultures and people around the world, they also believe this idea. And again,
Yeah.
there's no science, there's no fact or logic really behind it. But still, people from all over the world, they believe it as well. That's really cool.
Yes.
Thank you for.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Rosa, would you like to share?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
I'll move a little bit closer. But yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I was saying that I'm from Mozambique. So when Adiba was saying about whistling, I was laughing because I'm from Mozambique too. And I would like to add another superstition here. That is to not sweep at night and they take the trash outside.
Okay, you
You
said,
not sweep and they
sorry, to go back a tiny bit.
hello?
You said, who doesn't sleep at night?
Not sleep, sweep, sweep, to
Sweep.
sweep.
Okay, sweep.
S-E-E, yes, to sweep. Do not sweep at night and take the trash outside. When you sweep at night, you must keep your trash inside your house. Yes, that's all.
Uh,
Keep
awesome.
that.
Thank you for sharing. The idea, you don't sweep at night and don't take
Yes,
out your trash at night too. Would you wait
yes. Don't
until,
take out your yes it until it's morning to take the trash outside.
cool, you would wait until tomorrow.
Until it's light. Yes.
Wow, thank you for sharing. That's really interesting. I'm learning a lot today. I appreciate it. That's very cool. Wow. Oh, Abibo, we got you. You can talk. Be happy to hear you. Do you have something to share, Abibo?
Hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yes. As Rosa was saying, so I remember some of other superstition. So here, for example, in Mozambique, we live mostly as a community, you know. So sometime, so the way many people here lives as a community, they sometimes go to neighbor to asking, for example, for salt or I don't know, phosphorus, you know.
Yep.
So in these circumstances, when you go to somebody or your neighbor to ask for salt, for example, the superstition is that you don't, uh, you don't, you do not give your neighbor salt, for example, at night. There is a superstition to not give your neighbor salt at night, to not give a phosphor your neighbor at night. Those are the superstitions also.
Wow, very cool. Thank you for sharing. What we're saying, when you're living in a community and it's very common that you might need something from your neighbor. And you might
Yes.
ask for a cup of salt, a cup of sugar, but in Mozambique, the superstition is that it's okay to do it, just not at nighttime. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Ah, very cool. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Got one more? Okay, great. We'll have one more volunteer. I wish I could read your name, but unfortunately, I do not know the language. Would you like to share, please? We have...
Yes. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, what is your name?
Hi, sir. My name is Muhammad.
Roman?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Muhammad.
Mohammed. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Yes, nice to meet you too. Can I talk now?
Yep, you can share.
I would say believe in superstitions because they are afraid of superstition give people sense of control in situation they contribute. For example, some people that bring back that black cat crossing your path is bad. Seeking these beliefs that are passed down from generations and to generations. People may follow them even if they are not scientific, proving just to be safe or avoid bad luck. That's it.
Oh, wow. I appreciate that. And could you please remind me, which country are you from?
No problem. Look,
Okay. The connection is making it a tiny bit difficult to hear you.
yes, the internet is very weak.
Okay. I really appreciate you sharing that. I'll try and talk with you a little bit more coming up. The audio makes it a tiny bit tricky to hear everything. But your English, it sounds very good. It's just the technology, and it's a little bit staticky. But I greatly appreciate you sharing, and I hope to talk more in the upcoming weeks. Very cool. I want to share with everybody a few more interesting superstitions. And I'm curious if this idea is similar anywhere else in the world. The idea is that if you break a mirror, you have 7 years of bad luck. So, the belief mirrors were once thought to reflect your soul. You look into a mirror and you can see your reflection. Breaking one was harmful and would cause 7 years of bad luck. Does anybody have something similar where your personal reflection or maybe your appearance, how you look, could be a superstition? We have Jose. Would you like to
Yeah.
share?
So in my country, people. This is the strong superstition. So people believe that if you trust a mirror, have a bad things that in your life. So many people believe in that. So people take care when and and keep no trust the mirror, because people believe that the mirror, when you trust a mirror, is bad for your life.
Oh, very, very cool. I appreciate you sharing. Yeah, some of these ideas, they do get a little bit maybe random, or they might not make a lot of sense. Yet, again, with a superstition, so many people believe them really all around the planet, and that makes it really cool. I appreciate you sharing, and we have one more. Caesar, would you like to share? Oh, Caesar, you are muted.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute.
You're good.
About this, the same issue when I talk about the cat. If you kill a cat, you will lose 7 years. Oh, you have a bad luck too. You, do you know something like this in the US? If you kill a cat,
A little bit different. In the U.S., I believe the superstition is that if you see a black cat, maybe at nighttime, that might be a sign of bad luck. So a little bit different, but the same idea, the same superstition involving a black cat that can provide bad luck. That's interesting. I appreciate you sharing. That's very cool. Okay. I would love to talk to you guys a little bit more about sports. In the United States, sports are very, very popular. We have American football, baseball, hockey, basketball. Those are the big four. So here at Approach, we are in Massachusetts, which is a region of the United States known as New England. And everybody in New England, we love our sports, especially football. Over here on the right side of the screen, we have a very famous athlete whose name is Tom Brady. And he is a very superstitious person too. And I thought this was kind of funny, and I would like to share it. So Tom Brady, he has, before every single game that he plays football, he has a routine. He does the same things constantly before every game. The same stretch, he eats the same food, and he has never changed his shoulder pads, which is protection right up here to protect the athlete from getting hit. So Tom Brady, he is pretty superstitious. And many sport fans, including myself, we love to play around with the idea of a superstition. And many people in the United States, they probably seem pretty crazy. For example, if your favorite sports team is doing really good and they make it to the playoffs and they keep winning, it's a common practice where you wear a jersey of your favorite athlete, and as long as your team keeps winning, you do not wash your jersey. It can get a little bit dirty, maybe smelly, but the idea is that if you wash the jersey, maybe the team will lose. And I think that's a little bit silly. Does anybody have any similar superstitions when it comes to sports from where you are from? Maybe soccer, cricket, volleyball. Is there any strange superstition involving a sport?
For me, um, just about myself, because my first job was a professional sprinter about running, short running.
Wow.
I have shoes. It's very old. But if I have a game, I don't want to change my shoes. Just always wore thin shoes. It's very short for me, but I think it can help me lucky. So I just always choose these shoes, sneakers.
That is a perfect example. That's awesome. So you were a sprinter, and
Yes, I was a sprinter.
I'm very impressed. Myself, I am not very fast, so I'm a little bit jealous.
I think you maybe a sport is very good.
When I was younger, I played a lot of sports,
Yeah.
and today, not so much.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, that's awesome. I really appreciate you sharing. And a lot of athletes and fans, they do very similar activities and ideas. Yogesh, would you like to share something unique?
Yes, I want to share about cricket.
Awesome.
We have a star player in India, Virat Kohli. I don't know whether people over here has have heard his name or not, but when he was in Indian team, Indian cricket team, so captain and selectors were finding out that at what position we can make him play so that he can make more runs for the country and he is more suitable for team um, as a as like how he could play much better for a team. So after changing with after changing different positions for his batting, so it was figured out that if he plays at number three, he score much better and he is more reliable for Indian team as compared to when he plays at different um, numbers like if he opens or if he plays at the middle order, then he is not working that much efficiently as compared to at number three. Although later on, after he is such a big name, so he is opening for Indian home league. But for international cricket, he is considered as best players at number three for Indian team. So this is also a superstition. Like India could win more if he plays at number three.
Wow, that is a perfect example. Um, and just the number three, right? There might not, again, be a whole lot of science or reason behind it, but if it works, we want to keep doing it to make sure that we are successful in the future. That's really cool. I would be very interested to learn more about cricket. It looks like a very exciting game. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
people are really crazy about cricket. Like it's an emotion for Indians. Although I don't watch that much, regularly, but yeah, it's a entertaining sports to watch.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's really cool. We'll talk to Caesar. You have something to share?
Teacher. In Brazil, we have soccer, you know, and in soccer, there is a moment that we have penalties. You know, penalties.
Penalties?
Yes, penalties when the player pick the ball to do the goal, and some people crossing the fingers to have good luck.
Crossing their fingers?
Yes.
Oh, very cool. So for a penalty kick or a penalty
Yeah.
shot?
Win the penalty. Yes.
Oh, very cool. So the entire stadium, they're crossing their fingers for good luck?
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool. Thank you.
How can I say superstition?
Superstitious.
Superstition, yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that. And we have about 5 more minutes, so I'd like to show you guys just one more slide. We'll talk for another minute, and then we'll be able to wrap it up. We have some notable mentions, which are just examples of other superstitions that did not make the top list. So here are some other pretty unique superstitions here in the United States. 1. Holding your breath when passing a cemetery. The belief is that if you hold your breath while passing a graveyard, a spirit might enter your body. Why it's wild. You can imagine if you're going on a road trip and you're driving by a cemetery, you don't want everybody to hold their breath. That might be, a little bit extreme. But I thought this one was a little bit interesting, just to share with you guys. And
Sorry to interrupt. What does cemetery means?
oh, thank you. That's a great question. A cemetery or a graveyard is a plot of land where when people pass away, they can get buried in the ground. So it's part of the ceremony of passing away or dying, where a person is put into a casket and lowered into the ground.
Spirituality, like when you die and you put the body in the coffin, like
Yeah.
people lays.
Yes. And
Thank you, sir.
the cemetery would be that special area where the people are put into the ground.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Of course. And this last one, we have bad luck comes in threes. And the idea is that if 2 bad things happen, oftentimes a third bad thing will follow. Why it's crazy? Because people start counting every bad thing that happens to them. Maybe you get a flat tire, you miss a phone call, you have a bad dream. And I think this one's a little bit unique. And again, with everything we've talked about today, with a superstition, it's just an idea. And it's just a way for all of us to make sense of the crazy world we're living in. And I think that is just about time with everybody. I would like to say thank you. All of your participation, it makes it a very fun time to talk to you. And I am learning so much about different cultures throughout the world, and I hope all of you guys are too. It's great to see you, and of course, we appreciate you joining the course, the Free English Conversation class. We're doing a great job, and I hope to see you guys next week.